In this video, we'll give you a quick tour of the main interface of Aid4Mail so that you know where everything is. From the session list to the menus, you'll see how the layout works. First, we're going to look at some of the basic settings within Aid4Mail. On the bottom left, you have the app settings. This goes to different settings like general startups settings to filtering, AI, PDF, and other advanced settings. Next, you have the project settings. For this particular project, we have case information, Bates stamping, Bates numbering, filtering settings, and PDF and AI settings for the project. If you want to create a new project or open an existing project, click on File, New Project, or Open Project. If you're ever unsure of certain settings or how to complete something within Aid4Mail, just click on F1 when using Aid4Mail to open up the Aid4Mail 6 user guide. Here you have the entire contents of the user guide, and you can use searching to search for certain topics or features that you're looking to find more information on. Next, let's go through the session settings. First, you can rename your session name if you'd like to. I'm going to rename mine to PST to EML. Next, you have the source format. Here's where you'll select the format that you're going to be collecting from or processing. So we have cloud-based accounts, local mail accounts, Microsoft Outlook formats, as well as some of our archival and email file carving formats. For this example, I'm going to select PST file, and I've already selected the PST file that I'm going to process. Next, under target, select what your target format will be. Here I'm going to select EML files, but we have lots of different options, including going to a PST file again if you're doing filtering, or going to different archival formats like CSV, TSV, plain text. But here I'm going to click on EML files. And again, I already have the location of where they'll be saved entered. The folder structure, I changed it to merge all emails into the target folder. Then we have file naming for each EML file. You have some of the signatures, MIH plus, MD5, but I used the option use a template. And then I created my own template. So I'm using the local message date and the subject. You create your template by using the different operators here on the right side under insert. Next, I'll go down to filtering. This will provide you with all the different filtering capabilities within Aid4Mail. I'm currently using the Aid4Mail Investigator license, so I have all of the filtering capabilities available to me. First, if you have different folders you want to select, you click on the folder selection option to select different folders within the PST file or whatever your source format is. Next, you have native pre-acquisition filtering. So with PST files, you can do date filtering pre-acquisition. And then lastly, you have post-acquisition filtering where you can do different items like skipping duplicates, creating search lists, or creating a search query. For this example, I'm not going to do any filtering, but I'm just going to now run the session. Once you click on Run, you'll be brought to the Progress tab, and you'll be shown the total progress, how many items there are, how fast it's processing, all the items being processed, and all the folders being processed. Next, you can click on the progress log up here, and you'll be able to see the location of the progress log and all the information from the session. So here we have PST to EML. Filtering was process everything, no filtering set in, and then you have Aid4Mail providing you with a log of all the emails that were processed, and at the bottom you have again all the statistics. And the good thing about this is that no progress log or error log is ever overwritten. There's always going to be a unique one created, so that if you ever have issues or want to ask us anything, you can always send us the progress log or error log. Just going to go back to settings, and that is going to be our different session settings. So now I'd like to show you a little bit more about sessions. So before we looked at a single session with the source, target, and filter, but Aid4Mail does have the capability to have multiple sessions. So if you look down here on the bottom, we have show session list. If you click on that option, it'll bring open the session pane where you can then have multiple sessions and run either sessions concurrently or sequentially. With the Aid4Mail Converter license, you can only run them sequentially. With the Aid4Mail Investigator and Aid4Mail Enterprise licenses, you can run concurrent sessions. So for this example, you can see I have my first session. If I wanted to duplicate that, click Duplicate, and it creates the same session with all the same settings already in there. And once you have all your sessions ready, you can click on the Run All button to then run all the sessions. And you can change how many sessions you're running concurrently if you're using the Investigator or Enterprise license by going to App, Sessions, and then Multiple Sessions. So we'll just exit out of the app settings now, go back to the main screen. And the last thing I just want to quickly touch on is simply that the good thing about Aid4Mail is no matter which version of Aid4Mail you're using, either the Converter, Investigator, or Enterprise license, the interface always looks the same. So there's no difference in the interface how it looks. There's different options and features are available to you when you're using different licenses. Thanks for taking a look at this video. Have a great day.